Okay. Hey guys, this is Elvin and this is
Lydia.
And we are going to be doing today's reading and devotion in the book of Mark, the Gospel of Mark, rather. And we are going to be in Mark chapter 6, verse 30 through 56. But we're going to focus our time in just a few verses, verses 30 through 44, right? 44?
Yeah.
And we're going to read that. So let me just go ahead and read that text right now. It says, the apostles returned to Jesus and told them all that they had done and taught. And he said to them, come away by yourselves to a desolate place and rest a while, for many were coming and going, and they had no leisure even to eat. And they went away in the boat to a desolate place by themselves. Now many saw them going and recognized them, and they ran there on foot from all the towns and got there ahead of them. When he went ashore, he saw a great crowd, and he had compassion on them, because they were like sheep without a shepherd. And he began to teach them many things. And when it grew late, his disciples came to him and said, this is a desolate place, and the hour is now late. Send them away to go into the surrounding countryside and villages to buy themselves something to eat. But Jesus answered them, you give them something to eat. And they said to him, shall we go and buy 200 denarii worth of bread and give them to eat? And he said to them, how many loaves do you have? Go and see. And when they had found out, they said, 5 and 2 fish. Then he commanded them all to sit down in groups on the green grass. And so they sat in groups by hundreds and fifties. And taking the 5 loaves and the 2 fish, he looked up to heaven and said a blessing, and broke the loaves and gave them to the disciples to set before the people. And he divided the 2 fish among them all. And they all ate and were satisfied. And they took up the 12 baskets full of broken pieces and of fish. And those who ate the loaves were 5,000 men. This is God's word. Now, Lydia, in this passage, what sticks out to you about Jesus? What do you learn about Jesus in this passage?
I learned that he's a shepherd to his people, and he helps guide them. And when they don't have food, or they don't have or if they need something, he's there to help them get it and help them through that hard time.
Okay, so why does his people need a shepherd?
Because they're the sheep. They don't know what they're doing. They're lost without him, and they're wandering around. But when there's a shepherd there, they're going to the place that they should be going.
Okay. And so tell me, what are some dangers that a sheep has when they don't have a shepherd? What are some dangers that a sheep could face?
Like bears and lions, or they could starve to death.
They could starve to death? Okay. Mm-hmm. Why is that?
Because they have no one to feed them.
No one to feed them.
And they're the prey.
Yeah, they are prey, aren't they? They are prey. And you know that sheep don't have any defensive tools like lions and bears and even birds. They have claws. They have claws and a beak, or a deer can run fast, but a sheep has no defensive tools. They can't bite. They're fluffy, but that doesn't do anything except keep the predators warm. Right? And so yeah, a sheep needs a shepherd. A sheep needs a shepherd. How about the disciples? What did Jesus teach the disciples?
He taught them not to, be selfish.
Not to be selfish. Okay.
They said to, they were like, go send the people out to go feed themselves, and Jesus was like, no, why don't you feed them? Instead of letting the sheep fend for themselves.
Okay. So what does Jesus want his disciples to be like?
He wants the disciples to be like shepherds to the sheep.
That's right.
Or to the people.
Yeah. And so who do we, as disciples of Jesus, you're a disciple of Jesus, I'm a disciple of Jesus, who should we act like shepherds to?
People who don't know Jesus.
People who don't know Jesus, and who else? How do we know who we need to be shepherds to? Think about the people that Jesus had compassion on. Why did he have compassion on them?
Because they needed someone to lean on.
They needed somebody to lean on. Remember the things that you said? A sheep needs guidance, right? What else does a sheep need?
Someone to feed them.
Someone to feed them, spiritual food, right? So we can feed spiritual food, protect them spiritually, right? Mm-hmm. All those different things.
They also need someone to keep them safe.
Now, Jesus wants you to be a shepherd, but are you also a sheep too?
Yeah, you're his sheep.
You're his sheep.
And you're a shepherd to the other people.
And so how does Jesus shepherd you?
When you're doing something wrong or you need help with something, you can always pray to him. Or if you need help with something, he's always there for you.
Mm-hmm.
He's feeding you with his word.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Very cool. What do you want to tell them? How should they let Jesus be their shepherd today? One thing. Tell them.
I'm thinking. You gave me 10 seconds. Always remember that God's there and he's your shepherd, and if you need something or you need someone to lean on, go to God first, because he's the person that will always be your foundation and your shepherd, and nobody else can like live up to that ultimate shepherd place.
Cool. Very cool. All right. Say bye.
Bye.